co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grandy.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right. Follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026. Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard. Things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
The thing about the economy is today it's still doing fine. Consumer in great shape. Home prices have gone up for 10 years. Asset prices have gone up. Their debt's in good position. It's okay. We have issues down the road.
We have issues down the road. Everything's okay. Debt's fine. Nobody's hurting. Everything's just wonderful. It's unbelievable. I mean, they just don't stop. And they also, they're sending out, or taking parking space in everyone's head, how great, the economy is doing. And then they send out all this happy talk. Now remember, we had this party rally last week. The NASDAQ went up about, I think, 7-8%. And that was led by, remember the party was led by NVIDIA. All this AI talk. And we had a rally of about I think it was about 7-8%. And NASDAQ, NVIDIA shot up 30%. 30%. So people went crazy. And then we had the debt ceiling. They had a party about that. Then they had a Fed pause party. But the Fed, we have no idea if they're pausing. That's just a bunch of BS. One guy out of 11 governors said maybe. He's not sure. He wasn't really sure. He was guessing. He was guessing. So they keep on throwing this stuff out here to keep this thing going. And just like we talked about the government payroll survey, they said we had 339,000 jobs, but that's not what the household survey is saying. They're saying we've lost 300,000 jobs. We talked about that yesterday. And so the market, it just doesn't want to come back. That's what it feels like. Well, because again, what they're doing, there's no transparency. Remember, once, the minute that they had the SVB bank collapse, they injected quietly $440 billion, okay, into the banking system, okay, so they could get that bank taken over and so forth. And that's what they've been doing. They keep on printing money and plowing it back in. And we got all these banks. They're not telling us, there's some mergers going on. No, there isn't. Not mergers. There's banks that are failing, but they're not telling which banks they are. And what they're doing is every bank that's failing is getting bailed out, which you and I pay for. That's why there's no crises. All of a sudden, 10 banks will call, say, gee, we're going broke. Oh, okay, we'll find you a buyer, no problem. And you'll get your golden parachute. And this is crazy what's going on. And then they keep telling us, the fake business network, this fake narrative, that the market is so strong because we have the strong labor market. What strong labor market? Those jobs we got the other day, about 70 to 75% of those jobs are garbage. They're part-time jobs. And they're all low-paying service jobs, bartenders, waiters, all those sort of things. Work at Motel 6 from midnight, the shift from midnight to 7 in the morning. That's not true, but they keep throwing that out there. Oh, this economy, and as soon as you hear from the fake business network, the economy's so strong because we have such a strong labor market. That's all we've been hearing. Then we've been hearing about the AI. I mean, it's just unbelievable. AI. Then we had the S&P 500 companies' earnings. They set it up to say that, they're going to come in, they're going to drop, their earnings going to drop by 6.7%. They knew that wasn't true. They just made that up. They knew it was going to come in around 2.2% drop, not 6.7. So, things are really good. So this is what they've been doing. Then you got Jamie Dimon saying how things are so terrific. That's not true. Remember what's going on here. Biden, his monetary policy has destroyed, first of all, his geopolitical policy and the monetary policy has destroyed our southern borders, destroyed the unity of our nation. He's splitting our nation apart, destroyed the dollar. The purchasing power is terrible, and he destroyed our energy independence. And he's caused the largest deficits ever. So he's destroying our regional banks. And the consequences, we haven't even felt them yet. But we still see consumer confidence is the lowest in 40 years. So what's he talking about, Jamie Dimon? When you have consumer confidence the lowest in 40 years, that's bad. And of our 167 million workforce, we have a record 119 million who are low-wage earners, who are just, these are terrible jobs. But no one wants to tell the truth. We've had record withdrawals, we know that, from savings and home equity and 401ks. We have record debt. They don't want to talk about that either. No one ever talks about record debt, household debt, mortgage debt, auto debt, all record. The highest credit card debt, we're at $1 trillion now. At the same time, our savings is the lowest, almost lowest ever. We have a big decrease in our standard of living. You don't hear any of this. And what they do is keep putting liquidity into the market, liquidity into the market. They're supposed to be taking the liquidity out of the market, or inflation's not going to stop. But see, they want the rally to keep going. They want the rally to keep going. It's just unbelievable. And so again, they keep pumping quietly more and more liquidity into the market, and our debt is increasing to keep this market going. So we've had the lowest productivity in 28 years. They don't want to talk about that. Manufacturing's terrible. We're going to get all those layoffs soon. They're just starting with that. Our cargo shipments, we talked about that last week, lowest demand in 22 years. Truck tonnage, lowest since 2021. Rail, lowest since 2020. Our trade deficits are record high. Our trade deficit run rate for 2023 is over $100 trillion a month. We got $97 trillion last month. And we got now record delinquencies. But nobody wants to talk about any of this stuff. So the stock market wants to keep going higher. And if they don't start rotating out of these 4 stocks, and I tell my students that all the time, we started to rotate last week. We're still in them. We're still in the big tech stocks, just like everybody else. But we'll know when to get out. And we've been taking profits in these big techs, but we've been rotating. We started to rotate to the banks. We've been doing pretty good with the banks. We've been rotating out to oil. But if you just sit there every day and don't protect yourself, and you continue to stay with the same stocks, the same 4 stocks every day, Microsoft, Meta, Apple, Amazon, and you don't rotate out your money out of that, take some money and put it into utilities, put it into oil, put it into we put money into travel. We bought a couple ship travel lines, ships. What was it, NCLH cruise ship lines? We did terrific. We bought because we took profits. Remember, we've been in these big tech stocks since January, February, and March, and we took profits and we bought NCLH and CCL, and those went up big. And see, we're trying to get our gang members to rotate a little bit, and those turned out terrific. Just take a look at them on your chart. NCLH going through the roof. That's what you got to do. But if you keep sticking with these same 4 stocks, one morning you're going to wake up and you're going to get slaughtered. So be careful. We'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have 2 people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals, you follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, so we rotated. Now remember, we're still in the same stocks, but we've been taking profits. Okay, we're still in our big tech stocks. So we haven't changed that. So what we did is we rotated a little of the money out of Microsoft, Meta, Apple, Nvidia, and Amazon. I told them to rotate out of that and start buying some of the travel stocks, start buying some of the banks, and start buying oil. So we bought NCLH, this Norwegian cruise line. And you can see if you're following me on my chart here, if you're watching me on YouTube or Rumble, Apple, you can see it. See when it turned green? It started to go up. It started to go up back here on March 27th. But we didn't buy it until it turned green on May 18th. The reason, the beauty about the color-coded chart, it stayed red. Even though it's going up, it stays red. It keeps you out of trouble. Because if you go in and buy it when it's red, if you don't have the color-coded chart, you just have the regular, everyday trading charts that people have. They're just, the candlesticks are red and green, green, red, red, green. You don't know when that money's going in to the stock or when the money's going out of the stock. So we took profits, okay, from our tech stocks. And remember, we got big profits in those because those started in January, February, and March. You always got to buy stocks when nobody wants them. The danger today with the fake business news network, they're continuing to prop this thing up. They're continuing to try to push people into these tech stocks and to try to keep this rally alive. So like what we did is we took a lot of our profits. Now NCLH, we got in, you can see it right here when it turned green. We got in on somewhere around May 18th. Beautiful move. We got out of NCLH, I think we're up about, what is it, about 16%. That's a nice return. Now, if I go and I look at my CCL, Carnival Cruise Line, and same thing, we had a beautiful setup. It started to turn green here on May 10th. And that's up probably our 16%. So it went up big today. So we're rotating. But see, nobody was going into those stocks. We got into those two stocks, NCLH and CCL, these cruise lines. Nobody was buying them. Everybody's still trying to fight to get into the overbought, Apple and NVIDIA. And I'm telling you, you're going to get hurt. This is not the time. If you didn't buy those stocks back in, like we did, back in, January, February, March, and you're just jumping in now, it's like suicide. You're going to wake up one morning, they're going to be really down big, you're going to lose your money. So rotate. And the other stocks we went to, we took money out of our big tech stock, which we've been up big in, and we also went to oil. We started buying some oil stocks, and we bought, we bought some bank stocks. We bought Citibank, but we bought Citibank, if you can see my charts, the way I designed my own charts, and of course you can have these charts if you want. You can, when you come to Phil's Gang for 10 days, you can use them. But it's neat because sometimes, like stocks, if you're looking right now at Citi, so Citi started to go up on May 31st. It was right around $43, $44. Started to go up, but it stayed red. So I knew that was a short covering rally. That means everybody who was shorting it is now, they got to take their profits. They have to buy that stock to get their profits. So what we did is we did a swing trade. What it is a short covering trade. So we got into Citi, and we got into Citi when it was around on May 31st, when it was around $44, and now she's up to $47.30. But that's taking advantage of a short covering. Okay, so we're up 7% in the last 3, 4, 5 days, 7%. So it's not an investment. We're taking advantage of everybody who shorted Citi and now going in and covering their positions. So we use what we call our Pro 1 chart. So we can do a short-term swing trade, and we control that stock pretty well. Now, if it starts turning green on Pro 2, remember, if you look here, Pro 2 is not green at all. So it's telling you there's not enough money to support this stock as an investment. See how it's all red right here? So there's not enough money going into that stock by big institutions to support it. So we're going to go ahead and take, we'll grab a profit, short covering profit, and we may be out of it today or tomorrow. Picked up a nice profit. And then we wait until the Pro 2, when Citi turns green, then we get in, because then it'll be safe. It's telling us there's enough money. See, here's the thing. Citi started to go up on May 31. And May 31, it was around 43.71. Now it's 47.27, but still not an investment. Your chart doesn't show that. Your chart just shows candlesticks, green and red. Mine shows all solid red because it's warning us don't get in as an investment, long-term investment, or what we call a position trade, because there's not enough institutional money buying, which means you could get in today at $47 and tomorrow morning you wake up, it's all the way down to $39. That's the danger. When you have the candlesticks that are just red and green, and they're not tied to the flow of money. That's the danger. That's why 80-90% of the people lose money in the market. Where with this stock, I knew I better not buy it as an investment, but I certainly going to buy it as a swing trade for 2 or 3 days, and it worked out very nice. So, and that's Citi. So we've been watching Citi. We also bought an oil stock, Conoco, and again, same thing. These are all short covering. So we got into Conoco. It was right around in June 1. We got in around $27. Now it's $30, $30.59. So that's short covering. So it's 11% gain there after 4 days. That's nice and safe. But I certainly wouldn't buy it as an investment. And that's the beautiful thing about our charts, our color-coded charts. So you control the trade. You don't control the trade on your generic charts, which just show red and green. How do you know when to get in and get out? That's why you lose money. That's why we don't.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
When I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works. What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color code chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, good afternoon, gang. It's Steve Celeste here with philsgang.com. Just wanted to tell you how to get engaged with Phil's Gang and how to become part of the Phil's Gang membership or how to try us for 10 days free. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's www.philsgang.com and click on Get Started at the top of the website. Click on the big red banner that says Working Investor 10-day free trial, and that's all you got to do. And hey, while you're at the website, why not stop by our gift shop, see if there's something in there for you or for somebody you know. All right, thanks, and back to you, Phil.
All right, Steve. So join our gang for 10 days, and you'll learn how to invest in the market properly. 80 to 90% of people always lose money in the market because they don't know what they're doing. You always listen to these guys, and they're hot stocks. Doesn't work that way. You got to stay with the same group of stocks throughout the year. They got to be popular. And we have the one stock group that we have, we call them our 6 stocks. Okay, we have our Apple, we have for bank, JP Morgan, gold, miner, AU. We have an oil MRO, that's a refiner. We have Boeing, and we have Target. So we're always buying them, and we're always selling them short. And we've done well with these. Once you learn how to buy and once you learn how to sell short, and it's best to stay in just 6 stocks. We also stay in with 2 ETFs. We're always in the Qs. We're always either buying them or we're selling them short. Same with the spiders. Take the Qs. We started to get in the, we got in the Qs when it was around March, about March 22. We got in somewhere around a low of around 306. Today it's 354. Now, that's a 15% return. Now, what's nice about if you're following me on my chart, you can see where it was red, told us not to get in. When it turned red in March, that's when we got in, and we stayed with it because, again, it's solid green, continues to be green. Look at your chart. You don't have, if you look at the Qs, you don't have just solid green. You have red, then another day's green, then one more day's red. They may have red, then green. How do you know if that money's staying in your stock? You don't. That's the biggest problem you've got and why traders lose money. Wouldn't it be nice to get into a stock and you know if the institutions which keep stocks going up and they pull their money out, make stocks go down? If you follow the money, and that's how our charts were built. So it's color-coded. And once you learn how to use them, what a difference it makes. So again, we've been in the Qs, Apple, okay, that's one of our stocks. And then our 6 stocks, they say, is Apple, JP Morgan, AU, MRO, Boeing, and Target. And then we stay with spiders and Qs. Now we go to our bonus stocks. And we've been in our bonus stocks, same stocks, we hold on to these all the time. Microsoft, Meta, Apple, NVIDIA, and Amazon. We buy them when they need to be bought, and we sell them short using the color-coded chart. What a difference it makes. And in 10 days, you'll realize that. Then we have our banks. You always want to be in big tech, so when yields are going down, you're going to be making money. And you want to be in banks, big banks, because when yields are going up, you'll make money. And so we got JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Citi, and Morgan Stanley. So we have the best tech and our bonus stocks and the best banks. And then we have, staples, okay, like Hershey and McDonald's, Starbucks. So if you stay with those, there's no need to go outside those groups. The reason you got to go outside those groups and take big risks, because guess what? You don't know how to sell short. So when there's not an opportunity in your stock, you see your stock going down, what do? You look for another stock to buy. Why would you look for another stock to buy? If you know your stock's going down, right? If you know your stock's going down, why would you be running around trying to find a stock that's going up? If you know your stock's going down, just short it. But I understand you're scared. Well, we'll get you out of that in 10 days so you're not scared. The big damage that they're doing to everybody right now is they're BSing you, okay? This market is going to break through the October lows. The reason it's taking so long, okay, for this market to break is the tremendous amount of liquidity that they put into this market, into this economy, since the beginning of 2008 and 2009, and they just don't stop. They keep printing money and keep printing and printing and keep the liquidity going in, because the stock market doesn't go up on earnings. No more. It goes up on liquidity. And you got to understand what caused this 14-year. Remember, this market went up for 14 years since 2008. Went up 1,400% to NASDAQ. The S&P went up 300 some odd percent. And so if you take a look at the NASDAQ, or you can look at the Qs, from November 2008 to November 2021, the market went up they went up 1,400%. But then it collapsed. So from November 2008 to November 2021, something changed. They stopped with the official QE and zero rates. So companies couldn't borrow money free to buy their own stock to keep propping it up, even though they don't have profits. So the market dropped 36%, and we were short, making money on the way down. And here we are. Today, June 6th, and 1 year and 7 months later, Main Street is still struggling to recapture their losses. The market took, remember, over 400 days to drop 36%. But from November 2001 to December 2022, yes, we had a 38% crash. But as of today, we're still 14% from the 2021 peak. You haven't captured all that loss back. My God, it's been over a year and 7 months, and you still haven't recaptured your losses? So what's taking so long? The answer is the same circumstances that caused the market to drop 38% from November 2021 to December 2022, 38%. Those are still with us. Nothing's changed. They still exist today. Biden's record spending still exists. He's still spending 40% more than the tax revenues he collects. He's caused record inflation, record debt and deficits, and record trade deficits. But they don't talk about that. What do they talk about? Meta, NVIDIA, Apple, and they tell people how great the economy's doing. And it's not true. The economy is shrinking. We have Biden has also put us into record commercial debt, record corporate debt and record household debt. We have, again, the same thing that brought this market down 38% is still with us today. Record commercial debt, corporate debt, household debt, inverted yield curve, the expanding national debt. That's what brought the market down, 38%, still with us. We still have the highest credit card debt, the lowest savings, and we have a decrease of standard of living. That's what made the market go down 38%. It hasn't changed. We still have a decrease in wages. Our inflation's 4.9%, but wages are 4.3%. And we still have the lowest productivity in 28 years. That's why manufacturing's at a 14-year low. New orders at a 3-year low. That's why cargo ships, there's the lowest demand in 22 years. But nobody wants to talk about any of this. And the problem is you're going to get caught in these tech stocks. You're not rotating to other stocks like we've been doing and doing well with it. Join our gang. We'll show you how to do it. This is crazy.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grandy.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. So, what I said at the beginning of the show is you got to start rotating like we've been doing. Now, I'm going to give you some numbers, but I'm going to just give you 10% because if I give you the whole number, you're not going to believe the returns, okay? But Microsoft, well over 10% return. Meta, we got in 3 different times and well over 10% each one of those times. In fact, one time was 47%, but I'm going to give you just 10 because you wouldn't believe the numbers. And Apple, we got in twice. Again, I'll use just 10%, 2 different times, 10 and 10. NVIDIA, I won't give you those numbers, you'll never believe it, but we got in NVIDIA twice. Okay, again, both times more than 10%. Amazon, we got in once, more than 10%. So those, we maximized those. We took our profit because we got in when nobody else was getting in. That was in January, February, March. That was after the crash, and nobody wanted these stocks. Okay, now we've been rotating, and we've been going into the banks, and we've been going into, we've been shorting gold, but we had also been buying the banks, and we've been buying oil stocks because nobody wants those. We'll show you how to do it. Just join the gang. But you got to understand, you're going to get caught. People don't understand at all that what took this market down, that 38% drop, is still with us. Nothing's changed in a year and 7 months. And that's why we're going to go lower again. You got 4 stocks propping this whole thing up. So, and we got the same problems from record commercial debt to inverted yield curves. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. Now, Biden, okay, now understand what he's done, okay? That entire 2008 to 2021, 1,400% NASDAQ rally, okay, was not based on corporate earnings or profits. CEOs didn't plow back into the business, capital investment, their profits. They didn't do that. Usually that's what CEOs did. They always plowed back in their profit. They didn't do that. The CEOs instead decided, why increase productivity? Why increase jobs? Why increase wages? I can get these stock options and borrow money free. I can make a fortune for myself. Screw Main Street. And that's what they did. So they reversed. Instead of doing what they're supposed to do, look out for you and make sure the company's producing and increasing jobs and wait. No, they reversed. They said, instead, the very wealthy who control the banks, the monopolies, the Federal Reserve, and control our Congress decided to regain their losses first. They want to get their losses back before Main Street. So they replaced the increased productivity, replaced increased wages. You're getting screwed. Replaced your standard of living. They replaced that with just, again, going in with QE and stimulate. All they did is stimulate the stock market and stimulate the economy by printing all this money. And what does that do? It creates inflation. Inflation kills Main Street, but these guys, the first thing they want to do is stimulus. QE is stimulus. It creates inflation, which enriches the asset base of the very wealthy, i.e., artwork, rare metals, vineyards, other Class A real estate, agriculture, farms, timberland. Do you know what they gained while you're getting screwed? $28 trillion. That's what they gained. The very wealthy gained $28 trillion at your expense. When the stock market was going down 38%, you got screwed. Not them. They're making money because they're creating inflation. And they keep telling us, we got to fight inflation. No, they're not fighting inflation. Why would they fight inflation? Who's their boss? Who's Biden's boss? Who's Powell's boss? The 1/100th of 1 percentile. Those guys. They decide who's going to be the president. They decide who's going to be the judges. They decide all of it. And what did they want after the crash of 2008? Screw Main Street. We're not going to take care of them. We're going to create inflation so we can inflate my artwork. I can inflate my vineyard. I can inflate my timberland, my diamonds. That's what they've been doing. And now they're doing the same thing again. They don't want to let these 4 stocks go. They want to keep pumping the market up with these 4 stocks. And one day you're going to get caught. All these people, especially people who are buying these stocks now, we call them tourists. If you weren't buying these stocks with us back in January, February, March, and you're buying Meta, and you're buying Microsoft and Apple, NVIDIA and Amazon, now you're out of your mind. So all QE, zero rates, star buybacks, what that created was a bubble in which they made money and you lost. Unbelievable. And what caused the bubble to pop? And why we went down 38% from November 2021 to December 2022. That's when the big tech market crashed. It was Biden's monetary stimulus policy. That's what happened. He was spending 40% more than he was collecting in tax revenue, creating massive deficits. And deficits are linked directly to the banks, the bank failures, and directly to inflation. So while inflation was enriching the very wealthy, and remember, this is what they're doing, and they let them do it. And what is inflation? It's the biggest threat to our entire economy, bigger than war, bigger than terrorism, bigger than pandemic. But they're allowed to do it because they're the 1/100th of 1%. They run everything. They weren't fighting inflation. Why would they fight inflation when they picked up, what did I just say, $22 trillion? Well, you're suffering. To fight inflation, why would they do that? To fight inflation, you raise rates. You don't raise rates 18 times and all of a sudden you look and you're only up 5 1/4. If you should have been able to raise rates 5 times and be at 5 1/4. Of course they're not going to raise rates. What do you think? They raised them slowly. They slow walked it 18 times from 2015 to 2023. Are you nuts? You don't get that? They're screwing you all along the way because they were making money. But what else was going on? Our deficits are getting bigger and bigger. Our inflation's getting bigger and bigger. Our decrease in income's getting bigger. The economy's stagnating even more than before. Manufacturing is on its last leg. Trade deficits. So for anyone to sit there and for Diamond to come out and say the consumer is in good shape.
The economy is really in pretty good shape. Consumers in good shape.
And Diamond says...
The thing about the economy is that today it's still doing fine.
Doing fine. This guy makes, what, $200 million a year? Well, of course, fine for him. But what about the husband and wife who make combined income of $60,000 a year? They're screwed. Because, see, they want inflation. Jamie Dimon, he wants inflation. You're being played. They're not trying to stop inflation. If they were really serious about stopping inflation, they'd have done what Volcker did. Raised rates to 10%. They would have done that in 2015. Stopped it. No, because they want to get richer. And this is going to play out very poorly. But if you know how to sell short, you should be cheering. Let them keep doing this. Let them keep inflating. Because when this market breaks to that October low, it's going to go, it's going to be hell to be paid. And people say, oh, that's never going to go down. Phil's wrong. Really? I don't think so. You'll see. And the reason it's taking so long for the market to drop, because they're underneath there, propping up the banks now. You know, we hear very little about the banks, right? There's right now 129 banks that are being merged because they're all going broke. When's the last time you saw that on CNBC? When's the last time you saw that on Fox Business? 129 banks are in trouble, just like the first 3 banks. Don't hear it anymore. And what's the Aunt B say? Oh, no, everything's fine in banking. We're just doing a few little mergers. Instead of telling the truth and saying there's 129 banks going broke, and we are really concerned about it. It's unbelievable. But if you have the right charts and you're taught correctly, you'll be just fine. But to stay out there blindly, that's crazy, man.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.